Then let us talk something with related to the VLAN port types. There are the two different types of ports that you can find. One is the access port, the second one is the trunk port. Let us try to understand the difference between the access port and the trunk port. The access port, it belongs to a single VLAN. By default, all switch ports are access port. Access port is like you are not defined, assume that if you are not defined any VLAN, by default all the ports, they will be in the access port, and they will not going to carry any specific the VLAN information. Access port will not going to know to which VLAN that I belongs to. That information will not be known by an access port. The access port where you are connecting the end user stations or the PCs or the laptops which have been connected like. The trunk port. The trunk port is the one which helps in carrying all VLAN information from one switch to another switch, which helps in spanning the VLAN information across multiple switches. What I mean to say, I have created certain VLAN information in one switch, and this VLAN information, it has to go to the another switch. Then you need to interconnect these two switches. The port which we are using to interconnect these two switches, we call that as trunk port. So trunk port, it carries all the VLAN information from one switch to another switch, which helps in spanning the VLAN information across multiple switches. We'll see that who will actually helping in carrying this VLAN information later. This is the fundamental difference. Access port, you need not have to bother about VLAN information. It is just you are connecting end user stations. The trunk port is the one which is actually helping in carrying the VLAN information from one switch to another switch. Fine. What exactly mean the VLAN frame tagging? The VLAN frame tagging, it places the VLAN ID in each frame, identifying to which VLAN this frame belongs to. So finally the end user station, you will be knowing only the frame, that not with reference to the VLAN ID. The VLAN ID will be carried from the trunk, one end of the trunk port till it reaches to the another end of the trunk port. There the VLAN ID, it will be removed and the frame will be sent to the respective port. That is what exactly happens. The tagging occurs only when the frame is leaving the trunk port. The tagging occurs only when the frame is leaving the trunk port. Once it reaches to the another trunk port, from that trunk port again it will remove it and send only the frame. So it means the only the trunk port is the one which is actually knowing about the VLAN information. The access port, it is not knowing anything, any information related to VLAN. So which are all the VLAN, the frame tagging protocols that are available? One is ISL, which is a Cisco proprietary protocol. This supports the Ethernet, the token ring, FDDI, as well as the ATM frames. And another the frame tagging protocol is IEEE 802.1q or .1q. It is a standard tagging protocol for most of the switches. Now let us try to understand with reference to some more additional information related to the VLAN. VLAN can span across the multiple switches, which already we have discussed this one, and trunk carries the traffic for the multiple VLANs. The trunk port is the one which is actually helping in carrying the VLAN information, and trunk normally it uses a special encapsulation to distinguish between the different VLANs. This is what I was talking about with related to the frame tagging. Either it can support with the ISL or with reference to .1q. And VLAN can span across multiple switches. Let us learn something with related to the VLAN trunking protocol, which normally we called as VTP. allowing VTP, it allows the VLAN database across multiple switches which are available in common VTP domain. VTP is the domain name that you are specifying, means which are all the switches that are coming under the common administrative domain that we can refer as the VTP domain, allowing the VLAN database across multiple switches available in common VTP domain. What does that mean? I have got 3 switches. All the 3 switches, they should have the common VTP domain name. So the VLAN information will get circulated only within those 3 switches. If the 2 switches are having different VTP domain name, then VLAN information will not going to flow between those 2 switches and they will not get synchronized. Any update to the VLAN database will go as VTP advertisement. Any update to the VLAN database will go as a VTP advertisement. What is the default interval for VTP update? The default interval for VTP update is around 300 seconds or 5 minutes. Or if there are any changes which has happened, and immediately it can able to send that the advertisement to all the switches which are coming under the same VTP domain. VTP is normally we referred as a messaging system which advertises the VLAN configuration information, and it maintains the VLAN configuration consistency throughout a common administrative domain. That is what I was referring with reference to VTP domain. And VTP sends advertisements only on trunk ports. VTP, it sends advertisements only on the trunk ports. And of course the VTP, it supports the mixed media trunks, either it can be a fast Ethernet or FDDI or ATM. Under VTP there are different modes that are available. One is the server mode, second one is client mode, and third one is transparent. Let us see what is the difference between these 3 different modes. In server mode, you can have an option of creating the VLANs, you can modify the VLANs, you can delete the VLANs, you can send and forward the advertisements, as well as it will helps in synchronizing the VLAN database, and the information will get saved in NVRAM. But in the client mode, you cannot create, delete, modify the VLANs. It will helps in only forwarding advertisement, synchronizing, and it will not be saved in the NVRAM. The transparent mode, it does not synchronize, but it can able to do all the functionalities that we have listed for server mode, except it does not synchronize. So by default, whenever you take any new switch, it will be there in the server mode. You have to, when you want to insert any new switch to the existing environment, please ensure that you have to make the VTP mode into the client, then enter into the enter into the setup. Post that, you can synchronize all the VLAN database information which is available in that the VTP domain. Then you can convert into the server mode. That is how normally we are supposed to do it. And transparent mode, normally if you want to have any testing environment, for the testing environment you can use with reference to the transparent mode. And normally this VTP advertisements, it will be sending as a revision number. VTP updates, it contains a 32-bit configuration revision number to ensure that all devices have the most current VLAN database. And these VTP advertisements are sent as multicast frames. And VTP server and clients, they synchronize to the latest revision number. VTP advertisement sent every 5 minutes or whenever there is a change. Whenever there is a change, it will going to send the VTP advertisements.